Yo, what to do, YouTube, man? Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Happy Sabbath. It's time to hop in mode. We're finna go ahead and get some more reaction videos in for y'all, man. Hope everybody been doing good. It is Saturday, so I ain't really finna do like a lot of biblical videos or anything on Saturdays and nothing like that. Try to give myself rest. But I am going to be doing like more entertainment things, such as, you know, reactions and things like that. Trying to figure out what else I can do on my channel without, you know, distracting people from the Lord and stuff like that. But I don't even know what this video is about, and I don't know the dude on the thumbnail, but apparently we're going to be looking at This YouTuber Deserves His Failure by Jamari. I can even show y'all the thumbnail right quick. It's this dude right here. I don't know who that is, and nor do I care. But
as many of you
let's go ahead and get into it. But before we actually do get into this video,
so there was a,
you know, we got to read the daily Bible verse, because this still is a biblical channel. Now in Matthew chapter 6 verse 19 through 20, God says, "Lay not up yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." So basically, God is just telling us to not, you know, have this greed for the materialistic things that we already go through in earth. Like a lot of people, you know, they focus their mind on accomplishment, success, money, drugs, women, and things like that. Everything on earth is temporary. Everything in heaven is eternal. They focus themselves on these things without even trying to focus on God. These things are not necessarily bad, but they are not necessarily good either. It depends on what you want to do with it. You make what good and evil is according to God's law, though. You feel what I'm saying? So if you want a woman, money, car, anything, make sure you put God above these things, and it all will come. All right, let's go ahead and get into this video.
So there was a YouTuber out there named Master Oogway. That name might sound familiar to you if you've ever seen the Kung Fu Panda series of movies. Consider him to be like the Rafiki of that animation, the wise leader depicted in this movie who was well loved for some of his better quotes and funny moments.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called
the present. Hey,
which
he
is quite
snapped!
ironic considering the YouTuber we are talking about today, because he couldn't be any further from adjectives like mature and wise. He actually first popped up on my radar when his tweet went viral. Welp, that's it. My YouTube account with 7 million subs and 500 million views a month is gone soon because a group of people spam reporting me to rack up guideline strikes. So this is how you treat your creators after they've given 4 years to grow on your platform? At Team YouTube? Now this is something that we see all the time, as most seasoned YouTubers understand at this point that you sometimes have to stir up some motion on Twitter to get your stuff over here on YouTube fixed properly. And usually people are against YouTube and their gray area policies, and in favor of whatever creator is having an issue. But here everyone seems to be mostly against Oogway. I guess at least anyone with a half-developed brain, that is.
They said he
Update
racist.
to your vid. After a thorough review from our policy team, unfortunately your video will not be reinstated. We understand this wasn't the outcome you were hoping for, but please review our policy on hate speech to avoid this in the future. So they hit his ass with that dreaded automated reply, telling him, "Hey clown, check the guidelines, you f***ed up." And many people actually celebrated this. They said YouTube made the right decision in this case, and laughed at the expense of this guy. But it wasn't always like this for Oogway and his reputation. Believe it or not, he once had a very devoted fan base who loved his short-form content. At first, he took the persona of Master Oogway, used his images, name, and likeness for branding, record his little parodies of wisdom over footage from the movie Kung Fu Panda, and really ran with it.
If you're depressed and you think life has come to an end, get up, it's getting off, girlfriend.
have had a vision. You are dead.
Yeah, disabled people just go to the settings and enable it.
That is insane.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of variations of this type of video. And I guess eventually, with fear of becoming a one-trick gimmick pony, he decided it was time to reveal himself and switch it up a little bit.
Remember, my students, a shoulder to lie on shall be a pee-pee to ride on. My students, if your homie falls asleep, you shall go in him deep.
And this formula continued to work. I mean, this dude amassed over 20 million subscribers between several channels, making thousands of shorts along the way.
That's crazy.
And like many other short form creators on the platform, he discovered the hack where you can take an already viral video and use it to go viral yourself with little effort.
At least I have this. Do you know what this is? This is milk. I don't think you know what it is because your dad left you, didn't he?
I hate sandwiches. What am I gonna do with that big ass thing? There are 20 cheese slices, 20 meat slices, 20 more cheese slices. I can't put that whole thing in my mouth.
This became his new bread and butter, and over time he would definitely
Bro,
get
what
lazy
is wrong with that
this, to
person's
say
hands?
the least. Essentially just posting the original video with a very small reaction tacked on to the tail end.
Wait a sec. How are we supposed to eat a burger? With a spoon?
You have Snap?
Yeah, why?
Do you wanna like give me it?
He's literally pulling girls while just breathing.
4 shakes or pass it on to the next person and double it.
Take 4.
We all
damn.
knew which decision she would take.
Now obviously this is not a crime,
that's crazy.
but I do consider it to be really scratching the bottom of the barrel for views.
It really
But
is.
hey, it was working for the guy. He has
Your
over
creativity
3.7
be
billion
going-
views on this
that's
channel
crazy.
alone. So he was obviously being rewarded for this content farming style. He even has another channel with even more subscribers
People
where
out
he
here
has shorts
farming
with
money.
hundreds of millions of views.
I have seen
Talk
this
about
dude
some
before.
groundbreaking content if I've ever seen it. And he could have
From that
kept
face
going like
switch.
this and made thousands of dollars a day posting this brain rot for tablet children. But in recent times, he has seemingly screwed everything up and has now become hated by most of the community here on YouTube. Obviously, his humor was always on the more juvenile side, but now he's just become racist and essentially has the comedic brain of an edgy suburban middle school kid.
Ah, what happened? Like,
So, I'm gonna say it for the first time in my life properly.
Ever wondered why you should get an LLC with a third
the
party?
video cut out at the right time for a reason,
of course.
bruh.
Those
Nick. Did bro just by himself?
He appears to also want to
That's
enter the world
insane.
of music, and one of his latest songs, which is the reason he got a strike on YouTube in the first place, was titled This.
What do you mean by that?
And ever since he got this
he
strike
was the
and took
creator
the
of that
L,
song, bro. Wow.
he's been spiraling, seemingly tweeting out his every thought. I am an actor. I act in all my videos. Just like Leonardo DiCaprio played the racist slave trader in Django Unchained.
Come on, bro.
I play the character of Edgy Oogway. Just because we play these characters doesn't mean we actually like them.
So you've clicked on this video to show everyone that you like the N-word.
Would you say the N-word for $1 billion? I would get all that money and I would share it around with all my nick. And perhaps open a farm where I can offer them lots of jobs.
He's also just been getting thrashed around by random Twitter users. Someone made this epic artwork and said he is a disgrace to the real Master Oogway. Honestly, I'm just surprised that DreamWorks has not hit his ass with a
That's what I'm
cease and desist over
saying.
this shit. They could shut his whole channel down in about 30 seconds. Now this really all just goes to show me how
thought
stupid
he'd
the
be
shit is that kids
super
are consuming on a
copyrighted.
daily basis on the internet. Also, the fact that this dude tries to play the victim in this situation is comical to say the least. Like, he made his bed acting like an edgelord 11-year-old, and now he's out here crying when the repercussions finally hit.
I don't say anything racist or anything really bad directly. I make you think it. So am I the person with the problem, or are you?
And y'all need to understand, these types of kids
Gaslighting
will always have
at
a
its
person
finest.
in their early 20s to cater to them with this dumb type of content. I mean, don't get me wrong, edgy jokes can be really funny, but there has to be some semblance of a deeper meaning than just scratching the racist surface. And I really do think when it comes to a mainstream platform like YouTube, these type of edgelords will almost always eventually be eliminated. And people thinking that they're invincible just because they get a ton of views on YouTube couldn't be any less true. Like even the biggest creators
Right, you're
are
an
really nothing
employee.
more than a drop of water.
If they
want to
fire you, they can fire you.
Up, I promise someone is anxiously waiting in the wings to take your position.
Facts.
I mean, I do have to hand it to this guy for finding the infinite money glitch and parlaying that into other ventures like influencer boxing and even making music. But I do have to also
I gotta figure out the
condemn
infinite
him
money
for ruining
glitch.
his career online for basically no reason other than trying to be different. Obviously, there's a lot of politically correct people out there online these days, and some characters like this really do feel the need to counterbalance that, I guess. And in his case, it's like he went from being a one-trick pony with the Kung Fu Panda bit to learning another trick, only the other trick was racism and laziness. Honestly, he should just go to another platform like Kick or Rumble where this type of thing is actually celebrated. Just look
That's
at what a
insane.
pretty popular streamer named Bruce had to say about spending a year over there.
Worst side being on Kick for the year. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's the worst time I've ever had in streaming. The beginning was cool, but being behind the scenes and knowing shit, and it just kind of f***ed up my love for streaming being on that site, if I'm being honest with you. It killed my motivation for it because it was no creativity within it. It's just do the craziest shit or you're lame. It didn't make sense, chat. It never made sense at all.
That's
Now
what
that
entertainment
sounds like
is.
the perfect place for someone
People
like
who love
Master
entertainment,
Oogway.
bro.
I think
I'm
I just
cool.
found your next venture, Mr. Dumbass. Yeah, I know I sounded a little bit more like E.T. than Oogway, but f*** it. The way people throw their careers away will never cease to amaze me, especially when it's just all to be an edgelord. I do want to know what you guys think about Master Oogway down below. I'd actually never heard about this guy, but now it
I
seems
have
like you
not
all
either.
types of communities dancing.
I seen him only one time. Lived long enough to become the villain. Well, it be like that, bro. You know, it's a Bible verse that say, you know, people do things to themselves. You got none of it, then they blame God for it, or they blame everybody else. It's the same thing they do. This man did right here. Yeah, no reason to even go towards that way, but that greed. We just got done talking about that. That greed that he wanted to use for the views, to get more views and try to switch it up, and he chose the wrong way. He chose to become more lazy, and he chose to play an edgy racist person, and that's kind of crazy. Like, you know, people gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. You know, don't judge them, don't condemn them, judge them righteously and pray for them and hope they see better. Peace and blessings.